Slack and he made you welcome you to the My Type of Hype podcast, where we celebrate hip-hop, not just the hype.
How y'all feel out there?
Oh, yeah.
See it yet? Can you?
No.
Okay.
Thanks.
Welcome back, everybody, to the My Type of Hype podcast with me, your boy Slack in the building, and my two co-hosts extraordinaires. What's happening, fellas?
Blessed, man. We're here, man. Another week. My Type of Hype, the podcast that celebrates hip hop and not just the hype. Yeah, I'm here, man. Potter, what are you saying, bro? You good?
Yeah, what's up? So, yeah, we're here. Another week, end of the year wrap up. I've been looking forward to this one. So, it's your boy, Potter, aka Reggie Macworthy, aka Broseph Starlin, keeping it wintry. Yeah, let's go.
Yes, man. Another one. So, Zach, you want to talk to the people about what we're doing today?
All right, so it's the year-end wrap-up. So it's been a very interesting 2024. So we thought we'd do the year-end wrap-up as we're approaching Christmas. So thank you to everybody who's tuned in over the course of the year and all of that good stuff. So we're going to be reviewing the year. We're going to be looking at our favorite albums. We're going to be looking at the best moments, all that kind of stuff within hip-hop in 2024. So I personally am very, very glad that we didn't have a repeat of 2023 because that was garbage. And E, if you remember, when we did the roundup a year ago, we were struggling, bro. Like we were actually struggling to put a list together of albums that we enjoyed because that was one of the most barren years I can remember in a long time. So this year now has been a complete flip because when I was going through the albums that I enjoyed, I was surprised at the amount where I was like, yo, there's way more than I expected. And that was just off the top of my head. You know what I mean? So I'm guessing that there's probably I even forgot about or not forgot, but you know what I mean? When I'm putting it together, I came up with a list of 20 top, just like that. I'm thinking, yo, there must be another 10 that I haven't got on there. So if you actually think about it, if you say you can think of 20 dope albums over the course of 12 months, you're talking about 2 quality albums a month. That is good. That is a very good ratio, man.
And the year's not over. You can still get something.
Yeah, for real. We still got Snoop to come. We still got another couple albums in the can ready to go. So it could be even better than what it is now. My expectation for the Snoop album ain't all that, but you know what I mean? I guess we can get into that in a bit. But yeah, man, I'm very pleased with what 2024 brought, man, for real. Mainstream hip hop, I don't know if much was going on there, but the underground, definitely a lot of artists have been putting in some real work. So salute to every one of you guys, man. Like I speak to a lot of rappers and you guys have been putting out some amazing work this year, man. So salute to all of you, for real. Much appreciated by us, the fans.
Yeah, man, definitely. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, man. It's been a good year, definitely. I can only hope that with last year being the 50th anniversary, maybe artists was just busy doing celebratory stuff where they didn't get to put work out. So maybe they were working on it, didn't get to put it out, so they put it out this year. But yeah, there's a lot of heat this year, man. And even if you look at the albums that are still lined up to drop, obviously we don't record and drop straight away. So by the time we drop this, maybe projects that we haven't even mentioned would have dropped by then. So yeah, man, I'm very, very happy with the year, man. I want to call this the year of the OGs though, man. We'll get into that more.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
The OGs have rapped hard this year, man. Quality projects, man. Like not just to drop another album. Like they've been like OGs have dropped good albums this year, man. Like seriously. Kudos to them, big time. Man.
That's a good thing that you dropped that, bro. As usual, I just wrote a tweet and it starts going ridiculous. So
for the first show next year, yeah.
Say that again.
For the first show next year, we'll just
So I just said. You know, it's a personal preference, whatever. But to call it unk music, I think was disrespectful. And
was that guy? The guy
yeah, but when you actually look back at this year, like it's been all the boom bap albums that have been the best albums. So I don't really understand that thought process personally. But yeah, I guess that's a good segue. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
I've got to say, like, if you're hating on boom bap, like, there's something wrong with your soul. Like, you may not even have one. Like, I've never, like, how can you not nod your head? Like, I'm not saying everybody needs to be a hip hop fan. Like, I get it, but like, it's just you can't help but nod your head to like boom bap beats.
It's not.
You
like
ain't
that,
from the
bro.
culture. That's all it boils down to. I mean, it's like that said, we all have preference, innit? I get that. We all have preference. And you know what I mean? The age, we're all similar age. So I get it if you're 18 and you know, boom bap ain't your go-to, or you know, primo ain't your go. Or I understand all of that. But to disrespect it and not appreciate it, you ain't of the culture. That's all it is. That's all it boils down to. You ain't of the culture. You ain't a hip hop fan.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say, bro. So if you're not a fan, cool. Like, I don't care. Like, if you don't like the same type of music as me, it doesn't change my life at all. I don't care. But if you're gonna continue to talk about hip hop every day as if you're a fan,
right?
Then you want to disrespect the shit. Like, I don't understand it. And
it's the roots of it.
Yeah, exactly, man.
You don't have to like it. Like, no one's telling you have to like this kind of music, otherwise you're not a hip hop head. Like, that's not how it goes. But the music that they're talking about it's not hip hop, is it? It's pop music. But you want to get involved in hip hop discussions. You want to talk about who's the best rapper and this and that and the third. But you only know hip hop from 5 years ago. Like, you don't know anything that came before. So how can you talk about a 50-year-old culture, but you're only going for a very small snapshot of it and dissing anything that doesn't sound like what's going on today? So yeah, man, but fuck all that anyway, man. We're here to celebrate a great year, man. So forget all them clowns.
So I'll tell you what we'll do before we even go any further, man. Obviously, for the listeners and the watchers, obviously we discuss what we're going to be talking about, what the topic's going to be. And we did want to give a shout out to you know, like those who have passed this year as well. So I think we'll start off with that, man, and just give them the respect that's due. And obviously, many people from different genres and just loads of different, you know what I mean, avenues, be it film, whatever, have passed away. Obviously, we're a hip hop podcast, so we're just, you know what I mean, mentioning the those that are directly connected to the hip hop culture right now. But for everyone who's lost someone, obviously, condolences, you know what I mean? And like I said, this ain't live, so people may pass after these. So anyone not mentioned, we understand. But this year already, Boss, lost Boss. Big fan of that Born Gangsters album. But Boss, Rich Homie Quan, Safair, Rico Wade, Brother Marcus from 2 Live Crew, DJ Polo, Chino XL, Fat Man Scoop, DJ Clark Kent, TJ Swan, Car. Yeah, man.
Car.
That's all that I've got down on the list. So anyone missed, condolences. But that's a lot of people, man. That's a lot. That's their big hit for the culture.
Every year, man, we're just losing, and they're so young. Like, they're not even 50.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Like, it's so sad, man. And Car as well. Like, that was just Chino XL and Car. Both of those guys, their death was just so sudden. Just so you never expect. So to say unexpected doesn't really make sense. Not what I'm trying to convey, but just the way that it happened, it's just like I was just in total shock, man. And Car, like, obviously, I never got to meet Car. I came very close, but I never got to meet him. But something about his music, bro, I don't know. It's like he allowed you into his mind, like his thought patterns and stuff that he used to write about. Like, he just seemed like a genuine, nice.
Solid guy.
Like, they've all got nothing but great things to say about him. Like, solid dude, man. So RIP to Car. RIP to everyone on that list, man. For real. And
man.
Chino, I know you weren't a big fan, E, but
No.
That dude is incredible. Rhymes and shit, man.
I was a massive
You can't deny the talent.
I thought he was brilliant.
That hit me a little bit different because like that was only like a week or two after he'd done some new stuff with Rakim, wasn't it? It was on Rakim.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah.
I was like, this is cool, hearing him get a bit of exposure, and then he's gone.
Yeah, it was. I mean, like you said, I weren't a huge fan like that, but the skill, I never denied that, never doubted that. It's just sometimes that with a lot of like super technical rappers like that, sometimes it just feels like it's just an influx of just too much, and it's hard for me to actually enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's just like it's I put him in the same sort of category with Tech Nine. Do you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
are they skillful? You know what I mean,
bro? He's not.
But
he's
like
not
skillfully, I mean, are they skillful rappers? Undeniably. But I don't. For me, the enjoyability isn't really there. But
yeah, I hear you.
I recognize the skill. Do you know what I mean? Without a doubt.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were shocking. Even Rich Homie Quan, once again, not a fan, to be honest. But even the way that happened and hearing about that was shocking. Do you know what I mean? Hearing his girl talk about it as well, and that. It's just, and that's what I think we need to understand. Like, I think when MF, I'm setting myself up to be crucified tonight. But even when MF Doom passed, and I put, like R.I.P. MF Doom, someone was like, "Oh, I don't think you was a fan." But I'm like, whether I'm a fan or not, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I recognize their influence and their impact on the culture that I love and the culture that I'm a part of. So whether I'm particularly a fan, it's a loss, isn't it? And it's condolences that you're giving. I don't need to know you personally. Do you know what I'm saying?
Fact.
So yeah, man. But yeah.
No, yeah, absolutely right to start the show off that way, man. So yeah. And Cargate was an incredible album this year too, man. So did Chino, to be fair. Chino's album was really dope too. So yeah, man. R.I.P. to all of the artists, producers. Rico Wade, massive loss, massive.
Yeah,
man. Jeez.
Who ain't going to be able to spend Christmas with their families this year? Didn't spend Thanksgiving with their families this year. Won't see 2025. So yeah, man. R.I.P. But I promise, like we'll be on a more positive note after this.
Yeah.
I think
and Quincy Jones as well. I know he's not directly hip hop, but you can't not mention Quincy Jones, man. So Quincy Jones as well. Yeah.
100%, bro. 100%. Good shout.
But yeah.
All right, man. On to more positive stuff.
Let's get into it. I'm going to kick us off if you don't mind. I'm laughing, right? I'm already laughing because anyone who watches the show knows I'm Mr. Honorable Mention in it. So I'm there like, let's put together our top 5. That's what I laughed at when you said you had like 20.
You can't come out with all your honorary mentions.
Listen, no, I'm not going to do it, but that's what makes it so funny because my top 5 is a list of 20. So I said I'm going to cheat. I'm going to cheat. And then,
I can't do 5, bro.
It's hard, man. It's hard. I ain't going to lie, man. I'm not, like you said, we struggled last year. This year has been a great year for hip hop, man.
Well,
the releases have been quality.
Person thing, and I have stuck to the task as it was agreed to me.
And that's why you're here, bro. We appreciate it.
No more.
No, we appreciate it, man. Seriously. I tell you what, I am going to go with what I know is a definite. Sorry for the listeners. We're starting off with our 5 favorite drops of the year. Okay, we'll go around the table, so to speak. But I'm going to start off with Master Ace, DJ Polo. Sorry, Marco Polo. I was still thinking DJ Polo. Sorry. Ace and Polo, Richmond Hill. For me,
that would have totally been on my list as well.
See, I'll be honest with you, that ain't really left rotation because
there's loads that
it's been hard. But if someone said to me, what's your sort of favorite albums from the year, that always instantly comes to mind because from the moment, we've done a review on it Slack earlier in the year as well.
Right.
I loved it straight away, and I think every time I listen to it, it just gets better and better. And I just think Ace is incredible, man. Like we know it, you get me, but he just don't get the props he deserves, man. I think he's just an incredible MC, effortless, man.
All around,
so obviously,
all around him.
Definitely, man. Definitely, man. So
he's got the songs, he's got the live show.
Like,
he covers all the. He's got the longevity. Like he's got
everything. Exactly. Yeah, man. Yeah. So for time's sake, I'm not gonna. This episode could be hours and hours long. So what we'll do is just throw out a couple of our favorite tracks from the album as well, if we like. So from the Richmond Hill album, I'm gonna go with Hero, Connections, and All I Want. Probably my favorite three, but it changes because it's such a dope album. Connections is just incredible, man. If you haven't heard the album yet, or if you've heard it and don't really remember it, Connections is just so sick, man. He's just rapping, and he's just taking the last word of each line and literally connecting it to something else that starts off with a similar word, or do you know what I'm saying? It's just so creative and lyrical, and brilliant album, man. So that's my first choice, man. So shout out to Marco Polo and Master Ace.
Good choice.
And also, let's make it known. My Type of Hype got the exclusive on the Richmond Hill album. We were the first to say what the album was called. We were the first. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, because
that interview, man.
He gave me a quick interview.
Go to our channel if you haven't seen it. It's still there, man. Go to our channel, listeners. It's there. Catch Ace.
Is that when you went for the gig and you met him?
Yeah, and he literally said, nobody else knows this right now, but this is the title of the album. This is what it's about. And he was talking about he's going to be doing like a stage production, which is going to be coming soon. Yeah, man. Yeah, we had the exclusive on that. So big up to Master Ace for sure.
Yeah, man. That was sick of him.
Unbelievable artist.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
definitely.
What you got, Paul?
Who's up next?
What's your first one?
All right. So I'm going to go in quickly with this one before one of you steals it. So Dog Pound. New Dog Pound album.
I knew you'd go for that one.
Listen, We All We Got, that album, came from nowhere and was phenomenal. It was vintage Dog Pound for me. Like we said, with the year of the OGs, everybody was putting out dope music. This was brilliant. Had really good production. Corrupt was firing. Daz was firing. It was dope. I really enjoyed it. It was just like a cry back to, the mid-90s West Coast music where I was like really just feeling myself. And my three favorite tracks, probably We All We Got, the title track. Love that joint. Inside of Her, purely because
that's hard.
It reminded me. It kind of. It reminded me. It took me back to like It Ain't No Fun. It was like that.
Yeah, definitely.
That
was a bang.
And obviously, Who the Hardest, the album closer. My God,
it feels up my spine.
I've been waiting since 1992 for one of them joints from all of them guys on one track again, man.
When Rage came in, my heart skipped a beat, man. I was listening to it for the first time in the gym, and I was literally laying down on the bench press thing, and then Rage came in, and I was like, I got gas for a minute, bro. I love Rage in it. Yeah, trust me, man. So just hearing her voice just come in, I was like, yeah. But yeah, very good album.
Yeah. I want to give an honorable mention. I ain't jumping all over your suggestion, Potter, but I've got to go for Grown Up, man. I love that song.
Oh,
Grown Up is so good.
Yeah.
They're literally like, we're grown ass men now. Like, we ain't talking about this before.
Sick. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I like that tune, man. Big album.
Big album.
All right. I'll probably just go for one of the ones that I played the most this year is God's Timing by Graph. Produced by 48 Special.
Of course.
You ain't heard that yet, Pa?
That's on my list, bro.
Yeah, me too.
Gone now.
That's good though. That's good because if it's said, then you can mark it off and have another one, innit? Oh, no, we'll get
more.
But yeah, I played the album so many times. I think finally I've been asking for Graph to find a producer that can match his output. And finally, it seems like he's found that dude in 38 Special, and him and Special go together like
Yeah,
perfectly.
man.
And every song on the album, I don't skip any tunes on the album. He's got something for everybody. Graf has always been a dope rapper. Like I've been a fan of Graf since maybe 2005, 2006, around then.
Black Hand Gang,
the Oracle, Black Hand, all of that.
Yeah.
He did a joint with the SAS back in the day, so he was over here in London, and he's got a tune on here with Wretch 32. So he's always.
I was gonna say, Glory.
And Wretch's verse was hard on there too.
Trust me,
really,
just a fire album, man. Just really, really good.
It is, man.
It's lasted the whole year because it came out quite early in the year, and I've been playing it ever since, man. I can just put that on. It's quite short, something like 10, 11 tunes or whatever, 11, 12, something like that. But yeah, just love it, man. I can't even say that I've got any particular favorites, man, because I just play that shit. Top to bottom, yeah, just dope, man.
That's a good stuff, man.
Then
I was a bit partial to Rockefeller Chain though, because like
Rockefeller Chain, Glory,
for a long time,
just dope. And the features, like every feature on the album, was good. You know what I mean? Like sometimes they put a feature on there.
It was
like,
necessary. Every feature was necessary.
Made sense. Every single one, and the song where he's going back and forth with Spesh was dope. He's got Freeway. Was it PD Crack on there? Even Memphis Bleak verse was dope.
Bleak was on it, Nah, solid album, and I think Graf really shined on that as well. Like you said, he's always been like a dope lyricist, but I don't know, he just sounded comfortable on that, man. He just sounded comfortable,
exactly.
And it was probably because of the Spesh.
He found the right production now, you know what I mean? Instead of
I agree.
Reaching out.
This is how I know I'm pairing in the right way, because my oldest daughter, she's well into Graf now, and she's like, I really like his beat selection, which is not a phrase she's ever used in her life.
Wow, there you go.
There you go.
You're doing well. You know what? That brings me to my next one then. And I'm going to go with, and I feel like, listen, I can't give this guy enough props, man, but I'm going to go at 38 Spesh again. Anyone who knows me knows I love Spesh, man. I think not even just his production, but as an MC, I think he's just cold, man. I know you can't help your voice. You have the voice you're given, innit? But I just think his voice is so sick. I think everyone talks about a lot of other MCs for punchlines. I think Spesh has some of the best punchlines, like effortlessly. He's charismatic. We spoke before about MCs that are good, but they just ain't got no charisma. He's one of the most charismatic rappers out at the moment. And then you couple that with the production. I just think Spesh is an absolute beast, man. And yeah, I think he's incredible, and I think his catalogue is insane. So yeah, I'm going to go with Spesh. He's probably got 2 or 3 entries in my choices, but I'm going to go with Mother and Gun. When that dropped, I was excited about that because he was promoting it before, just saying that this is going to be his most heartfelt project and rah-de-rah. So I was like, okay, this should be good, man. But yeah, he dropped Mother and Gun, and I just thought it was sick, man. I remember playing it once, and then just playing it again. His albums tend to be quite short anyway, which is another good thing because it helps at the replay value. It finishes and you just want to spin it again. So before you know it, you've played it a few times already. But yeah, top favorite tracks will probably be Spesh is Back, undeniably, definitely. Del Largo and Special Methods with Method Man. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that, man. I really enjoyed that project, and I think Spesh has had another great year in 2024, man. His own work and work he's done for others, man. A great year again.
Totally agreed.
What were you saying,
Potter?
Well, this is probably no surprise, but Sky Zoo, his new joint, Keep Me Company. I've got to be honest, man. Like, I think Sky Zoo. Well, I know it is because I got an update from Apple the other day about my most played music. Sky Zoo is my most played artist in my playlist at all. I love him. Like, I think he's brilliant. He just epitomizes the dope Brooklyn MC for me. Like, none of his albums are anything less than good. I think he's a brilliant MC. I think he's brilliant in concert. And I was really looking forward to it. So I came as a surprise. Like, I didn't know he was dropping one at the end of the year. And then it's like, oh yeah, my album's out next week. cool.
Yeah.
And it's dope, man. Like his last release was that concept thing he did with for Snowfall. And I really enjoyed that. But this is like his first proper album for like 2 or 3 albums, I think. And favorite songs, I think, obviously, Record Store Day. Unbelievable tune. Like there's just so much.
That one spoke to me a lot, man, because that reminds me of going to the record shop and meeting, like, you'd meet some nice girls in there sometimes back in the day, and he was literally talking about that, and I was like, wow, this dude had the same experiences. Yeah,
and it is like a real life-changing experience, because you don't get, well, certainly from my perspective, being a white boy, like it's not often you will go to like record shops and find girls in there that are into the same sort of stuff that you're into, and it's like a real like eye-opening experience. Like, it doesn't happen that often. Well, didn't. Like, I'm married now, so it doesn't matter. But
to put that out quick, bro.
Yeah, opening track, Community Service. I really like that one as well. Just kicked off the album perfectly for me. And Drug-Free School Zone. I really enjoyed that one as well. I just think Sky Zoo is super consistent rapper. I always listen to anything that he drops, man.
Yeah, man. Big up to Sky Zoo.
Yeah, elite MC.
Damn, this is tough, bro. There's just so many, but I'm going to say, all right, I'm going to say Lotus Child by Shay Noir. And I'm gonna big her up because she was talking about doing an album for quite a while. Like, she was tweeting about doing my own beats, my album's coming. So it was probably like maybe about a year. She was like, I'm starting on my album, Lotus Child. And for it to come out and be as good as it is just testament to her. The fact that she produced it herself. Every song is dope on the album. Every single song is dope. She is dope. Her raps is dope. Like, just everything about the album was just really, really good. Again, it's short. It's only like 10, 11 songs or so, but every song is nice. That I can't even pick my favorite. If I say there's 3 particular ones, then there's another 3. You know what I mean? That I could easily find. I just think it's one of them where you throw it on. The song that she's got with Rhapsody, like, it's a Black Girl or something. Just crazy album, top to bottom, fire, no skips, self-produced. Massive props to Shay Noir, man.
Yeah, that's big work, man. To put out a dope project and self-produce it as well, when you're not, I don't want to say not a producer, because that's stupid to say, because she obviously is, but do you know what I'm saying? Some MCs can just produce, but they're not really recognized as producers. Like Royce, when he done his last album and he produced the whole thing. If I'm honest with you, I feel they let it down a little bit, because Royce's lyricism we know is top tier, but the production let it down a bit. But if Shay can be rapping how she's rapping, say that again.
That's been a problem with Royce's whole career.
The beats.
You know what though? When he's working with other producers, it's all right. But like, obviously, he wanted to do. I think it was Algory, innit? He done all the production for. And it was just, I don't know, it just brought the album down a little bit. But to be able to be doing what Shay done lyrically and doing the production as well, and it still be at the level it's at, that needs more attention, man. You know what I mean? That needs to be celebrated more.
That's one reason why I chose it out of all the other ones, is because I can't think of another time recently where a woman has done every beat on her album. And you know what I mean, all that shit. Like, I can't think recently of a time where that's happened. So I think that's a major thing. And things like that doesn't get spoken about. You know what I mean? Like, when you talk about Spesh, him having high level raps, beats, label owner, like, he literally ticks every box, but no one talks about him. And it's annoying to me because these untalented swines get spoken about all the time. Spesh has been doing his thing for years now, and it's no one talk. Like, he's consistently dope, and the whole Trust gang, all of them. Just
listen,
the
man.
Whole Trust.
That's one of the strongest units out, man.
Definitely.
Anyway, that's another episode. But sometimes you just need to be careful not putting out too much work. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's consistent, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real, consistent. They don't just drop anything. Like, yeah, just big up to them, man. Big up to the whole.
Yeah, I'm glad, bro. I agree with you. All right, so I'm gonna go at Freddie Gibbs. It might be a bit of an obvious choice, but I'm gonna go with Freddie Gibbs. Only Die Once. 3 favorite track. Yeah, like you said with the Shay. So I could pick 3, and then there's another 3. Like I literally like every song off of it. But when I was putting the list together, the 3 most played at that moment was Brick Freeze, Walk It Off, and Still Doors. I just think Gibbs is like, and I put out a tweet a little while ago where I said, do people really lose? I'm not talking about like if you do something like an R. Kelly or a Puffy or something, but like he's a bit idiotic online, isn't it? You know what I mean? He does things that obviously makes people lose respect for him. I don't know why people talk about him getting rushed in Buffalo as a disrespectful thing, because man got rushed in Buffalo and still went on stage that same night, swollen and everything. Now, where I'm from, man gets respect for that. You understand what I'm saying? I don't see how people were looking at him like, oh, he got beaten up. One, he was, man. Bro, listen.
It's a tough one. I hear what you're saying 100%, but look at it from the
he could have went home with his tail in between his legs and said, no, I'm not performing. He was crazily outnumbered, yeah, in Buffalo, got beat down, okay, but still went on stage and performed. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, man. I think that's a respect thing, man. Like, seriously. Maybe I'm not talking about how it happened or why it happened or nothing like that. I'm just saying, few people could have went home and like, I'm not performing out there, but he still went and performed and done his thing. Like, do you know what I mean? And a lot of the other
for that, I'd say okay.
Yeah,
but he's the one who instigated that whole shit. So the mere fact that he was the one who said, I think he was trying to make fun of Benny for getting shot or something. I think that's how it all started.
Yeah.
After that, when the leg, Benny got shot.
Benny got shot in the leg, and I don't know. Freddie Gibbs tried to make a joke or make light of it or something, and Benny didn't take too kindly. Which I think he's right. Like, if you get shot in the leg, you're supposed to be my guy, and you're taking the piss. I'd be pissed off too. So I don't.
That's why I said it's not what he done.
Don't blame him.
Yeah, that's why I said it's not what he done, because we know he's a clown. Like, and he take himself up. But I mean, I don't feel
bad for that at all. Like, you deserve your beating for that. You know what I mean? Like, if you wanna, I don't know why he even went to Buffalo. Like, because you knew what to expect when you went there. So
once again, because he's being a clown. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
right. So I don't.
No, I agree.
Yeah. No,
and that's why I made it clear that I'm not talking about like any of the run up to it, but like. To still get that right, and then to say, but I'm still going to perform. I respected that, not how it got there, but like, other people could have been like, "Oh, now I'm going home, tail between their legs, blah blah, show over." I've known people to cancel shows for less than that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I said where I'm from. I respect. You get me? But we know he's a clown. But what I struggle with is, I know people who have blatantly said they don't listen to him. Because they don't respect him musically because of how he is. But I mean, I get that, but you can't listen to an album of his and say he can't rap. Like, you can't listen to this album he just dropped and say it's weak.
Say he's trash.
It's
right, exactly.
Start to finish, man. Yeah,
right.
Strong.
Well, when you think about it, his whole catalog is like that. He doesn't drop whack albums.
I agree. He doesn't have one whack album. No, he doesn't. No. He doesn't, and he gets better and better himself.
Every time. Man. You can't say anything other than that.
That's the only thing that they can use to beat him with, is to say, "Oh, you're a bit of a dickhead." But okay, cool, he's a dickhead. But guess what? You don't need to talk to him. You don't know him personally. All you need to do is listen to the album. That's it.
See, this is what I struggle with, and that's why I said I don't mean things like R. Kelly and certain things like that, because I'll be honest with you, and I know this is really taking it off, so I'm going to be quick. I loved a lot of R. Kelly's music. Who didn't? But when I started hearing about all of that and I watched that Surviving R. Kelly thing, I can honestly say I stopped listening to his music. And And that's not to say, oh, I don't know him personally, but I couldn't listen to his music anymore because I'm feeling like I'm listening to Seems Like You're Ready, and he's probably singing to some 11-year-old. I'm like, I can't be listening to that. That's what I'm saying. So there's certain things that you can't listen to no more because of that. But what I'm saying is, like, with Freddie's antics, if we didn't live in a social media driven era, we wouldn't even know that he was like that. And all we'd have is music.
Yeah,
yeah, it's true.
It's all like,
so this is why I feel like
where Freddie Gibson's concerned.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Can you imagine someone like ODB or them kind of people if they was in the social media era, like, or certain artists? We'd be like, man, I ain't listening to that. Right, you see what I'm saying? So sometimes there has to be an element of separating the art and the artist.
Yeah, I don't know. He's let himself down, man. All them gangster raps and cocaine bars and this and that, and now he's like, oh, I don't want to be a gangster rapper. So you've ruined your whole catalog with that nonsense.
I agree with that. Yeah, it makes you just seem very fake now. Yeah, it does. It makes you seem very inauthentic now because it's like, bro, your whole catalog is about that. How are you going to turn around and say you wish you didn't? Yeah, I get that. Yeah,
so he's kind of ruined it for me. But like I said, the music is dope. I can't front.
Yeah,
the album's good. It is what it is, man. Sometimes suckers make good albums. It is what it is, man.
the rap often. Yeah, real talk.
Potter, what you
Potter, who you got?
Man? Okay, keeping on a similar theme, Benny and 38 Special, Stabbed and Shot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
My God, that album was hard. No, I'm not gonna lie. I've not been as deep on Special as you guys have been, but up until this year, really. I mean, I've heard some bits of him over the last few years, but like this year, man, he's banging. Production,
bro, go back, please.
Raps.
Go back.
Yeah, no, I have. Like, I've gone back to like all of the stuff that I've got with him on.
Yeah,
and re-listened to it, and I was like, oh yeah, I did like him. But this album was dope, man. Like I think him and Benny just went off each other really well. They bounced off each other brilliantly. Beats are tight, much better. It's probably, for me, I'd say it's Benny's best album since Tanner Talk, I reckon.
Ooh, okay. That's a good conversation. For me, all right.
That's for me.
Yeah.
Personal opinion.
Does that include Plugs I Met?
Oh.
Plugs is cold, man.
Oh, maybe that's on par with Plugs I Met because
Plugs, do like even Pyrex, Picasso Pyrex is dope.
That's Easter's album.
I love that, bro. It feels like it's just Plugs. And someone, was it you or someone was showing telling me that he recorded a lot of them songs the same time he recorded Plugs I Met, and it made sense because it's got that same feel. Even Summertime Butch was very good.
You didn't like it?
I enjoyed it, man. It was my most enjoyed Benny project for a while. That Summertime Butch was cold.
Yeah, I feel right. I didn't really enjoy it, but that's just. It might have just been on the day I listened to it, but yeah, I mean, I really love Stabbed and Shot. I thought it's definitely for me a return to form. Power,
yes,
Intent to Sell, High Stakes. That's my 3 favorite tracks.
Yeah, High Stakes one of my favorites as well. That's mad. Yeah, that's a very good shout, man. That's a good album.
Very good shout. Okay. Right. Sorry, I've got to find my flipping list again. I don't know what's happened there. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go for. All right, let's just throw it out there. I'm gonna go for GNX by Kendrick.
Okay.
Got you. I'm gonna go for...
I was gonna say I wouldn't have a problem with it, but I'm surprised. I would be surprised to hear you say it.
I think
it is a good album.
It just hasn't. I don't know if it made my top 5. I don't know if it made my top 5. I'm gonna go for White Lord by Knowledge and Anderson .Paak. I absolutely love that album.
I haven't tapped in yet. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, you gotta tap into that album, bro.
That's dope.
That's another.
It's a dope album.
That's another top to bottom one for me, for real.
Really, yeah, I haven't tapped in.
Yeah. So no worries, you know what? Yes, Lord. Now, why, Lord? Just dope, nice music. Put it on in any setting, and it's dope. That's pretty much what I need to say about that. If you haven't heard it, they get to hear it ASAP.
Yeah, I need to. I skimmed it, but I was meant to. I gave it a quick listen, and I said, "Oh, let me go back to this later when I'm free," and I just never ended up going back. You mentioning that now is the first time I thought about it again since it dropped. So yeah, that's a good reminder.
Get to it.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so this is our last go round, and I've got 1, 2. I've got 6 left, and I've only got 1 that I can do. So what I am going to do is, so when I was saying it's the year of the OGs, all right, the reason I say that is because I don't know if you've heard the Tech and Terminology album yet.
Haven't got to it.
Technology. Tech and Terminology. Sick. Real Psych as well.
Yeah.
Be Real.
That's good, yeah. The Technology album, because I got it, but I just haven't listened to it yet. Okay,
it is, man. Trust me.
You
The
can't
Real Psycho. Nah, it's heavy, bro. Real Psycho as well.
Terminology is brilliant, man. He's an amazing MC. Like I've got so many.
You know what? Yeah, I was listening and thinking that I don't actually remember him being lyrically like he feels sharp. You know what I mean? And Tech's always been one of my favorite at boot camp. I think he gets overshadowed because there's just so many heavy spitters in boot camp. Do you know what I mean? But he's always been one of my favorites, I think. He's not super lyrical, we know that, but he's got an energy I like about it. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I thought that was good. Psycho, Les and Be Real Psycho. That was surprisingly hard, bro. Like if you can imagine a Cypress Hill and a Beatnuts collaboration, that's what you got, bro. Like that was just, yeah, it was good.
I ain't listened to that either, but I have.
Yeah, it's good. I Am God, Bloodstained Suede 2, and obviously Bloodstained Suede 2.5. Both dope projects, but we all know how we a friend of the show. We all represent I Am God. Love him. Spice One, Platinum OG 2, hard. Like Spice One kills that. Not only is it just a good project, but the interludes, man. Sway doing it, it's just like a story. It's just brilliantly done. But if you notice, I cheekily got them out. But my choice is
you ain't shit for that.
my pick is though. Come on, man. Come on. You know me, man. There's no way I can close this episode right. But anyway, yeah. My pick is though, and I wanted to do this pick because it's very surprising for me. So surprising that I think it deserves a mention. One of my favorite drops of the year, believe it or not, Dave East, Mike and the Keys.
Yes, apartment something.
Yeah, apartment 6B or something like that. Am I thinking the Kills thing?
But that album right there is good.
Apartment 6E, sorry, I'm thinking of Kills 5B. Shout out to Kill. Apartment 6E. I don't rate Dave East at all. I don't like his voice. Yeah, I don't like his voice. I don't think that Dave, I think you said it, Slack, when you said he's like Magnolia Paint. He's just there's nothing about him that makes you say he's a cold MC. Like nothing. He's just there, like nothing. I remember it clearly. I was sitting down one Sunday afternoon and I just thought, oh, what's new? And I was just going through Spotify and it popped up. And I thought, oh, let me just play it and see what it's saying. I was like, oh, okay, this is all right. For about a week, it didn't leave rotation. I took it to the gym. I took it in the car. I was playing it around the house. Production sick. Dave, no standout bars per se, but just, I think it is Mike and the Keys that is what makes it good. But he just sat on it well. The songs were good. It's just a flower, man. And I think it's a very good album. One of my favorites from this year, man. So yeah. Oh yeah, and I thought, I'm going to stop, man. But there's a big, massive one that I haven't mentioned, but hopefully one of you two will mention it. So, Potter, what are you saying? I'll say three favorite tracks from Dave E.
I mean, I've got
So Much Shame, Snow White Lifestyles.
Go on, Potter.
Sorry, I was just trying out my top 3. Go on, Potter. You go now.
Yeah, I've got a few. So honourable mentions since he's just done it. I had Neff, Gentleman's Board. So if you haven't heard of Neff, he's a producer, East Coast producer. He's kind of not dissimilar to Static Selector. His beats are a little bit accessible, a little bit more accessible, I think, because Static Selector is not everyone's cup of tea. But he works with like Terminology and Rashid Chappelle, all of them sort of cats. And he's underrated, man. And I've got like 3 of his albums now, and all of them are banging, like all of them. And this one was particularly good. It was a return to, I can't remember what that last one was, but I told you about it. It was like I was going to say that. You put me onto one like that. Yeah, that was hard. Really, really good. Also, honourable mention to wouldn't be a show without me mentioning Ice Cube at least one time. Man Down, his new album, brilliant. Return to form. I don't think I've enjoyed an Ice Cube album that much since probably Lethal Injection, if I'm completely honest.
Wow, that's far back. Really?
I mean, West Side Connection. I've obviously enjoyed the West Side Connection.
That's not a solo album.
A Cube solo album. I don't think I've enjoyed.
Okay. Yeah, Lethal. Yeah. I heard
Lethal Injection.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But my actual pick should be unsurprising. Common and Pete Rock.
Thank you. That's the one I said. I was hoping when you said it. Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. I think collectively, all of us heads were waiting for that album. Yeah. Forever. And it did not disappoint when it dropped. Like, I really was a big fan of Retropolitan, as we know, because we talked about it the other week. And I was hoping it would be at least as good as that. And I know Common is, he's a bit hit and miss for some people, but I've always thought he was solid. I've got every single thing he's ever dropped, even Electric Circus, which is dog shit. I'm not going to change my opinion on that. But, he's a brilliant MC, man. And I think these albums that Pete Rock's doing, similar to Apollo Brown, when he's got like an artist to work with for the entire album, it really makes a difference. 100%, yeah, because they get the vibe of what the album's going to be about and how to tell that story. And I'm still listening to that like almost daily. I'll have a flip through a lot of them tracks, and brilliant album.
I might surprise you, but I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was mind blowing at all. I think I don't know. For me, I think I'll skip a couple songs on there, man. There's a couple like Fortune annoys me. I don't like the hook on that.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
I don't like the one with Jennifer Hudson. Whatever she's something about God.
I don't like anything she does.
I can't fucking stand that woman. And just her being on that song pissed me off. So if I'm honest, I don't love it as much as I thought I was going to love it. And I also believe Pete Rock is the star of that album.
Undeniably.
I wouldn't disagree.
He doesn't wow me on not one of them songs. I'm like, that's hard. Like he's just
Pete Rock carries it. Pete Rock carries it.
Yeah, Pete Rock carries that album, bro. Like 100%. So I don't know. That's just me though. Like everyone else seems to.
No. Yeah. Pete Rock carries it.
It was
valid.
Right.
It's valid. Right. I think your criticisms are valid. It's just for me, it was like listening to an old Common album, I guess. Like for me, and I enjoyed it. I like the older feel of it. Like it's just. I think it's just
again, that's Pete Rock, isn't it? That's more Pete Rock sound. I think,
100%.
People try to put it up next to B and all this. I'm like, it's not. And I'm not even a massive fan of B either. But
no.
I don't think it's anywhere near B, if I'm being honest.
No.
But that's just me. But
I don't even think B's his best album. I think One Day It'll All Make Sense. I still think this is
for me, I think it's Like Water for Chocolate is my personal favorite Common album. But he's got a few albums I really like. I really like Resurrection. I really like One Day It'll All Make Sense. Like he's got a lot of albums that I like, to be honest. I know E's not a massive fan.
I was gonna say maybe that's why I enjoyed this Pete thing so much, because I'm not a huge fan anyway. Like I said before, I love B. I think I own about 2 Common albums, and it's B and Like Water for Chocolate. But Is it like what's the one with hip hop? No, the one with the Primo track on it.
Yeah,
6 Cent.
It's that one.
Yeah. So those two, I like those two. B is probably my favorite from him, but I don't think my common opinions would be that valid because I'm not really a fan of his like that. So after hearing the single, I thought, oh man, let me check this out. So I was pleasantly surprised because I'm not a big Common fan. That's what made me love it so much. I guess if you're more of a Common fan, you probably
I think for me, it's like I've always been a fan. I think the first 3 songs I ever heard from Common was reminded me of Seth, and I used to love her, and the other one was the one he did on, is it Restoration with Black Star?
Yeah,
oh yeah, cold, yeah.
Those are the 3 songs I first heard from Common, and like I've been hooked ever since, like, because they are phenomenal joints. Like I used to love her; it's still one of my favorite tracks of
I can take or leave Common if I'm honest. I don't dislike him. I just don't think he's elite. Like some people try to say that he's on the same level as Nas.
He's not fucking elite. And I'm a fan. He's not elite.
So yeah. But sometimes it happens. If people overrate something, it makes me dislike it more because I'm like, how are you overrating this shit?
You're expecting too much, yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're gassing it too much. Like, yeah, we'll get into that another time. All right, so I'm gonna have to do my honorable mention too then. So I guess I'm gonna go 20. I ain't gonna go through the 20. So some that I really enjoyed from this year, Hoop Dreams 4 by JR.
Yeah.
JR's very, very talented rapper. Ransom guy. It's because of Ransom that I first heard of JR. But yeah, super talented. Again, another top to bottom album. No skips. Finishes quickly. Run it again. Super dope album. Marcyology by my boy Rock Marcy. Love the album. It sounds like a horror movie. Like that's the best way I can describe the album. It sounds like the score for a horror film. Like he kills that shit. Like I love the album. Stop Calling Me, I'm Cooking by Stove God. Absolutely love the album. Stove God is probably one of my favorite MCs right now. Like his charisma is crazy, and he can make any beat. He can make any beat sound good. Like he's got a very unique talent in that he can. If you know he's on the song, you know he's going to do something on that song. And I think that's missing with a lot of MCs now. But when I see his name, I think I'm looking forward to what he's going to do on the song. And when he's got on his own albums, and he carries his own albums by himself, like he never has features. Like he's I love him. He's amazing at the minute. I'm going to say GNX. I actually enjoyed the album quite a bit more than I expected.
Yeah, same.
So I got to give Kendrick props for that. And I thought it was like a mixtape where I thought someone had put together some internet bullshit. Because the first song I heard was that Tupac. What was it called? A Reincarnated or whatever.
Oh, Reincarnated,
like, that's what happened over that beat. Like maybe it's a mixtape, but I was like, oh, okay, it's an album. But yeah, there's a couple songs in there that I really like. Heart Part 6, I thought was really dope.
I love that.
So yeah, good album. The Thief Next to Jesus, R.I.P. to Carr, super talented, amazing album. He doesn't drop anything that's trash. Like he always delivers. Being Poor is Expensive by Bashi, amazing album.
Oh, bro, good shout.
Fire album.
Good shout.
You said that.
The growth for that man.
Super Goat by Hus Kingpin. Great album. Produced by Ninth Wonder. Yeah, January that came out.
I was gonna say that feels like it was last year, man. Oh wow. Okay.
Year, bro.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
And just three more. Cabrini Green by Ransom. Again, top to bottom. Same guy that produced Hoop Dreams 4, Made in Tokyo. He produced Cabrini Green. Fire. And 2 that I really, really enjoyed. Please Don't Cry by Rhapsody. I thought that was a really good album.
Yeah.
Just well produced. The themes that she tackles on there, she raps really well. I think she just did an incredible job on the album. Very good introspective, talking about her mental health and and she did it really well. Not like a pandering mental health kind of shit.
Yeah.
I think she approached that really well. And then Rich Ass Haitian by my boy Matt Comey. Love that album.
Oh, okay.
Matt Comey is one of my favorite rappers for sure. Like he's just there's something about him that I just get, and I can't explain it, but he's dope, like super dope. So those are my honorable mentions for 2024. So if you think about it, if we go around all of us and we've all mentioned some different shit, that's a lot of albums.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, we've not all got the same albums. You know what I mean?
That's
we've
what
done
I'm
at
saying,
least
bro.
10 each. Like, yeah, it's been a good year, man.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's look at, for time's sake, we'll throw out just a few that have disappointed you, and I don't just mean albums that you think have been weak. If something disappoints you, it means you was expecting it to be good. Do you know what I'm saying? So, what a few that you feel has disappointed you. Anyone want to kick us off? Just say, we won't go around. Just say them all, if you've got any.
Go on, Potter.
Yeah, I've got a couple. DJ Quick, the Chupacabra album.
Yeah, that's a good shout, man.
Yeah, I was so excited, man. Like, I can't even tell you how much I've been waiting for a new DJ Quick album to drop. And what was that last one? It was Rosecrans, wasn't it?
Rosecrans was
hard.
That was good. Yeah, that was good.
I like Rosecrans.
This came and I was like, amazing. And then I got like 4 tracks into it and I was like, what the fuck is this? Didn't sound anything like a Quick album.
It didn't sound like DJ Quick. It didn't. Like, a lot of those beats felt recycled. Like he was taking samples that were already used. It was just weird. It just wasn't.
Yeah, it was just a weak album, and I don't like. I felt insulted by it, to be honest, because like as talented as Quick is, I was like, "What are you doing? Like, you could do a better album than this in your sleep." Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, it was strange.
I was really aggrieved.
I felt the same way. I didn't feel it, but it just didn't feel like a Quick album. It was just weird.
No,
I haven't got to it yet. I don't think I'll bother.
It's not what you'd expect from Quick.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I'd agree with that one, bro.
Any else?
Yeah, I've got 2 more. One was Crownsville, Rock and Rusty Jux. Just to clarify, this is not a bad album. It's not bad.
But your expectations are up here. Like
exactly, that's what we're talking about.
And are both so cold. So you'd expect the album to just be amazing. But again, I agree with you.
Yeah. It just wasn't as good as I was expecting it to be. And like, yeah, it's still all right. It's all right. But yeah, and the last one I got maybe a little bit controversial. Conway the Machine, Chaos is My Ladder. I don't know what that is, man. It just
Chaos is My Ladder.
The Ransom Conway,
yeah. It just didn't sit. Like, I love Conway. Like, he's my favorite out of Griselda, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just overdone with him. He's had so many albums out over the last year or 2.
Right.
Maybe I'm just
slowed down a lot. He slowed down a hell of a lot.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as I was expecting it to be, and then Benny came out with Stab and Shot afterwards, and I was like, well, this is much fucking better. So I'm just gonna listen to this. Yeah.
Benny's actually rapping better than Conway at the moment.
Yeah, Benny's
none of them are terrible. But actually the DJ Quick album is terrible, but the others aren't terrible. I just was expecting a bit more.
No, I agree with all of those. I think I enjoyed the Ransom and Conway album, but the problem for me was it didn't sound like they was in the same place. It felt like
100%.
It felt like Ransom finished his part, and then he was like, "Add your bit." Do you know what I mean? It wasn't. It didn't feel like
that's exactly what
there was no cohesiveness with.
There weren't chemistry there. There wasn't. No, I agree.
I think the songs themselves, like the beats and everything, was fine, but it just sounded like I'll record my piece and then I'll send it to you, and then you just fill it in.
It's just disconnected. I agree. Yeah, I think it's maybe because I expect more from Conway.
Yeah, could be that too. All right, I'll go next if you don't mind.
Yeah, what you got? Yeah, you go. That's cool, bro.
So I'm gonna. Unfortunately, a lot of my list is Griselda, but it is what it is, man. So Benny, Everybody Can't Go, the Def Jam debut.
Yeah.
if you're saying that your album is the best album since DMX, It's Dark and Hell is Hot, then you need to deliver on that, bro.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's not a bad album by any means. I wouldn't say it's a bad album, but I'd say my expectations were not met on that album at all, especially after all that. Like the single with Wayne was just, I mean, Wayne killed his verse, but the song itself was just bullshit. Like,
Big Wayne killed him.
That's your first single off an album that's supposed to be amazing. Didn't get that.
Yeah.
So yeah, just disappointing. I think that it started off okay. I think for the first maybe 6 songs, I was like, okay, fine. But after that, it just fell off a cliff. Just didn't enjoy it. Slant Face Killer by Conway.
Yeah.
Just same old shit. Like,
that's a great album title, though.
It's a great album title.
Yeah.
But the album itself, I was just like, all right, I listened to it once and I was like, if I never hear it again, I really couldn't give a shit. And Still Praying by West Side Gun. It's just another West Side Gun album. I'm just bored of the gun sounds and the
I haven't even heard it yet.
And that album just pissed me off, man. It was just, I don't know. And then he dropped another album on the same day, was it? 11.
What?
And it's just more of the same. Yeah, it's like a mixtape kind of. It's like Hitler Wears Hermes 11, but again, like just give us something slightly different at least. Just I don't know. It's not for me. That album. Oh shit! I had another one as well.
Also Griselda.
Nah. It's gone now. Shit.
That's bad. I just realized you got all 3 Griselda members on your.
Yeah, West Side Gun knocked me off my stride, man. That album annoyed me that much.
That's good though, because you've had like them on like our disappointed list, but we've all had them on.
Yeah.
The albums of the year.
Yeah. But again, it just comes to the volume of music that's being released. But I just think all of them could have delivered better, and they have delivered better. So it is what it is with that one. And I'll try and remember what the last one was now, but it was at the top of my fucking list, and it's completely gone from my mind now. I can't remember what it was, but I'll come back to it.
I'll do mine if you remember. Just slot it in. I've only got 4 really, because like I said, the albums that I expected a lot from and was disappointed. There's obviously been a lot of rubbish albums, but ones that I expected. Top of the list for me was Gangrene, man. Heads I Win, Tails You Lose.
Yeah.
I was so, because all those Gangrene albums before are hard production. Just I love them, so I was excited about this one, and it's just like literally, I don't think I like one song. Like as we've spoken about before, Alchemist. I don't know, man. I just feel like his production style is just so different now, and I don't enjoy it. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's just an example of that for me. I just weren't enjoying it. Same like you, Slack. I
think he's hitting like he used to, man. Like I think, I don't know. It feels a little bit like he's got a little bit complacent, Alchemist, at the moment.
I think he's just done too much. I think he's just,
and he don't need to do more. That's the thing, and people are gassing him up with all these kind of beats he's dropping that seem like, I'm not a producer, so I can't really speak, but they seem like they're made in like minutes.
Facts. And
people are gassing him up over these beats. Like I'd do the same. I'd do the same. Do you know what I mean? He's probably got like 1,000 in the vault.
Those beats. Nah.
It's just not. I'm just not enjoying his. When you go back to his earlier work, sometimes when I think of Alchemist, I think of his earlier work. Do you know what I mean? Right. His Prodigy work or whatever, his own solo work on his own albums and stuff like that. I don't. This late stuff, I don't enjoy.
I heard the one he's done with Rock Marcy recently, and Rock Marcy is like top 2 MCs for me right now. Like I'm a massive fan, but the beats, bro, just
this is what I mean. It's that whole drumless type. Like I'm just not enjoying it, man. It's just like no excitement to them. Like you throw in one of those first 2 Gangrene albums and then play this one that dropped this year.
Yeah, exactly.
You wouldn't even think it's the same people involved. Do you know what I mean? I know people change, but nah. So yeah, like you said, Conway, Slant Face Killer. I had that down on my list. I think same. And like Potter said, I think maybe, I don't know if it's just maybe I'm getting a little bit bored of him. I don't know. But yeah, it just didn't excite me at all. Now this will be controversial because a lot of people seem to love this album, but Soul Burger, I did not enjoy it. I did not enjoy it. I gave it a couple throughs, and I was just like, there's maybe one or two tracks that are right on there, but I just didn't. I didn't really like it, man. Like the album he dropped a couple of years back was much better than this for me. And I've said it many times before. Absol's probably my favorite MC out of CDE. I think he's an incredible MC. But yeah, this album just didn't do it for. And staying with the same crew, Schoolboy Q, Blue Lips, I didn't like that at all either. Once again, it's another album that seems to get promoted and bigged up a lot, but I weren't feeling it. So they're the four that I'd probably say I was expecting a lot from and was a bit disappointed with. Not saying they were rubbish.
Let me throw these two artists out there. See what you think about their output this year. So the first one is Doechii and Alligator Bites Don't Heal. And the other artist is Boldy James. Like, what did you think of them two? Did you listen to them?
I skimmed the Boldy because I'm not a fan. So I might, if someone drops something that I'm not particularly a fan of, I may just skim it just to see. Because sometimes artists that you might not check for that much can still drop good projects that you enjoy, innit? I'm not even a common fan, like I said, but I'll listen to his albums to see what they're saying. And I didn't enjoy the Boldy, but I just don't think I'm a fan. Doechii, it was actually SK. Shout out to SK. He was like, "Man, you need to tap into his albums." I hadn't heard it, so I've only spent a little bit of time with it. But from what I've heard, I like it. But I haven't commented on it or added it because I don't feel like I've listened to it enough. But from what I've heard, it sounds like it's very dope. But I need to listen to it more.
Fair.
Definitely on my to-do list.
Fair.
But yeah, they're the ones I'll probably say for my disappointing ones.
All right. So in the essence of time, let's go around and do who you would say is the MVP of 2024.
Yeah.
All right. So E, you go first.
Hands down, I have to say Kendrick Lamar. And most of you know I'm not even a huge Kendrick Lamar fan. Like, I'm not. I've said that plenty times. I think he does too much. When he's just rapping, I think he's very good. But sometimes he just does too much, man. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not a big Kendrick fan. DNX, I enjoyed the album. There's a good 4 or 5 songs on there I really liked that I've been revisiting. So for your question, I'll say Kendrick, just for the beef, the way he totally eradicated Drake. Do you know what I mean? The way he done that. Just we've not seen that in hip hop before. Like, I don't care what you say. We're all from the same sort of era. We talk about No Vaseline. We talk about Ether. We talk about Blueprint. We talk about Hit 'Em Up. We talk about Takeover. We talk about all those kind of, you know what I mean, second round knockouts. We talk about them. Yes. When I say we hadn't seen that before, for Kendrick to drop those, I don't even think the tracks were that incredible. The thing about Not My House is that the replay value is insane and it's everywhere. So it's just like a slap in Drake's face wherever he goes. It transcended the culture, which makes it an incredible diss track. But I don't think the tracks were that incredible. But just the way he was just going at him, like, here's a track, here's another one, here's another one, here's another one. You know what I mean? And then drop an album. And then I just think the year that he's had is an incredible year. And I don't think
culminating in getting Drake to open up a lawsuit against you. Like, that's unheard of.
That's what I mean.
I just think,
checkmate.
That's what I mean.
Right there. Checkmate. You know what I mean? Finished.
Yeah,
you can't ever talk about that beef again. Now you've gone run into a lawyer's, like, you can't say shit. You're done.
That's what I mean. I think for all of that, we haven't seen that. And then people say, "Oh, DMX in 2008." Yeah, I get. 1998. I'm like, yeah, I get that. He dropped 2 #1 albums back to back, and DMX was a monster. But I don't mean commercially. I just mean Kendrick's name in hip hop this year. It's just been, come on, man. Like, we've not seen that. You know what I mean? Like,
mainstream like communications has been everywhere. It's like it's gone out of hip hop. It wasn't just like every other beef that has ever.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I mean. Yeah, you got Heinz doing mustard adverts, like mustard. Like, you get me? Yeah. You didn't get Heinz talking about Ether. Like, as monster of a tracks they were. This is what I'm saying. Like, Kendrick Lamar transcended hip hop this year. Like, yeah, it's you know what I mean? It's insane. Definitely, in my opinion, the MVP of the year for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And before you go, Potter, I'm just gonna have to agree with E, because that was my pick too, and pretty much echoing the exact same sentiments. I wouldn't call myself a Kendrick fan. I think what he does well, but I totally agree that he does too much. I can't do the voices. I can't do the weird hooks that he does. Like doing a song about my uncle thinks he's my auntie or whatever the fuck that was all about. Like, I'm not interested in all that kind of stuff. But as far as it goes down to just like when he raps, like just regular, no weird voices, none of that nonsense, then cool. I can listen to him. But when he's doing all the whatever, the noises and shit, like I just turn off.
It's too much.
It's too
Look
much.
how he is on Reincarnated. He's just
that's what
rapping.
I'm saying. Just rap regular. Just be normal. Like just be normal. That's what I ask.
Normal, yeah.
But yeah, I think he's the MVP. I don't think that could be argued against. I can't think of anybody else that you can put up next to him and say, but what about this guy? I think
not this year.
The fact that he destroyed Drake just is the icing on the cake for me, because I can't stand that dickhead.
For all of us.
He did that for us, man. I was waiting again for someone to just chop that head off. After Pusha had done it, I was like, just one more headshot, and that's it. Like coup de grace, you're done. So big up to Kendrick for that. And he dropped the album. So like it's his year, man. Like there's
100%.
Like he did it all. And like you said, bro, he transcended hip hop. Like what he did was hip hop. Like you're battling. And if Drake came back, he's like, all right, cool. Take that one too. Take that one too. Oh,
that's what I mean. Relentless.
Everybody saying that you're a paedophile from Great Britain to the US, to Africa, to wherever, Australia. Like Drake can't go nowhere now without hearing that song, like you said.
And the Super Bowl performance, everything.
This era where you've got the social, like we never had social media buzzing when Nas and Jay were going at it and that stuff. So to see him navigate that battle the way that he did in this era, I just got to give it to him. Got to give him his props.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
he killed it all around. And the weird thing about it is he hasn't been all up in the media doing madness. He's been silent and he's let the music do the talking. And that's what we all asked for. Every one of us is like, stop the antics. And he's not in like doing duck face pictures like Drake. He's like, all right, cool. And he drops the music, bro. That's all he wants. Just drop the music. Yeah. He lets the music speak for itself. Gotta respect it. Like if you like him or you don't, that is hip hop as fuck. Like big respect to Kendrick, man.
Agreed. Agree, man. What you saying, Potter? You agree?
I mean, well, I can't really follow that, to be honest. I mean, I thought I didn't have Kendrick because I thought that would have been too obvious, so I didn't pick him. But now it just seems redundant. So,
bro, no one's close to this. Sorry.
I mean, you can't top it. I can't disagree with what either of you have said. So I'm gonna slide out of it with a little bit of a cop out, and I'll say for me, the MVPs were all of the OGs. So all of the rappers from our generation that released albums this year. Right. I mean, look, we've got Rakim, LL Cool J, Snoop's dropping,
Snoop,
Dog
Pound, Spice One, Dog Pound,
Spice One,
Ice Cube.
Nas had some new joints out.
Who else? But yeah, definitely with the OGs, man.
100%.
I mean, Eminem. You can even whether we like the album or not. Eminem.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. I mean, Common and Pete Rock. You know what I mean? Like all like OGs, man.
Personal achievements for 2024.
Oh, personal significant
personal accomplishment for the year.
Personal. I'll kick us off because the first thing that comes to mind for me, one of the most significant things for me this year for hip hop personally was seeing Kool G live. He's been one of my favorite MCs for a very long time. Never got to see him perform live before. And he came over this year and I went Jazz Cafe. And it sounds so mad, but I specifically wanted to just hear him rap live to see if he's still got that cold flow live. Effortless. Like effortless. It's like us talking now. I mean, you may think, oh, you know, getting out of breath, can't do it live. Nah, man. He spat the intricacies of his flows and everything that we know Cool G to have. He done it effortlessly, man. And it was just a sick show, man. And I just had a good time. So for me, hip hop wise, that was probably on a personal significance, seeing Cool G. I feel like a lot of these OG artists, I mean, we started the show with saying RIPs, you know what I mean? But a lot of these OG artists that I haven't seen live before, I'm hoping to see them. I saw Ice Cube for the first time last year. So it's good for me, man, when I get to see these OGs that I've been fans of for years, see them to perform live. So for me personally, yeah, that's one, man. I'd go with that for me.
What about you, bro?
I'm easily great. I think
I
like my. It's not, well, it might not seem significant to others, but I don't get to go out and go gigs as often as I would like because mainly at the weekend I've got my kids and stuff. But
yeah,
in the summer, I went to Wembley to watch the wrestling, and Mr. Slack came with me. And as we were walking to go and get something to eat, we bumped into Bun B, and I was like,
"That's mad!
Like, is that Bun B?" And I thought it was Bun B. It was like, just randomly standing on the street corner in Wembley, and I was like, "Wow!"
Was he going to the wrestling?
Yeah, he came out. He actually, when so he's friends with Swerve Strickland, who was the champ at the time, came out with Swerve, wrapped him to the ring. Him and West Side Gun. We didn't bump into West Side Gun, thank fuck. But yeah, it was awesome to see Bun B. I've been a fan of UGK since the Trill days. Just
that's mad.
Cool.
That's actually sick. Yeah, that's actually sick.
Yeah, I just looked. I was like, "That's Bun B," and he was like, "Is it? Oh shit, that's Bun B."
That's
so
bad.
Yeah, man. So I was just like, "Yo," like he was like, "Yeah, man." So I thought, "Oh wow," and then gave us a picture. Nice dude. Just dapped it up, kept it moving.
Yeah,
that's cool, man.
Word of advice: if you ever bump into an artist that you're a big fan of, just dap them, keep it moving. Don't be a dick.
That's it. Simple, easy.
Bro, exactly that. I was at you, innit, Potter, when we saw
I was
Jamie.
No, Jamie, yeah.
Jamie, yeah. Same thing. Just so we saying, Spud kept it moving. That's it, man. It's like when people are like too much like, oh, I'm a fan, I'll do this. I didn't keep it moving, man. It's the last they'll have way more time for you to just approach it. Man.
I saw Kano as well.
So Just on
the day that this one got married.
Yeah, it was the day I was getting married. This guy comes out of the wedding, throws him and Patrick threw rice in my throat, and his wife, his missus threw rice in my throat. Couldn't breathe. He's gone off to get some water with his missus. Bumped into Kano. Didn't fucking bring this guy back to get a picture with the wedding. Like, we're supposed to be friends over 20 years.
I can't be blamed. I said to her, "Do you want a picture with him?" She was like, I'm not sure." So he was just like, "Yeah, what's up, bro?" So we was just like, "Yeah, cool," because we knew each other from way back. So then he was like, "Yeah, bro." He was like, "Yeah, bro, I'm off." So I was like, "All right, cool." He jumped in the car, drove off, and then I messaged her daughter like, "You do know that your mother just turned down the opportunity to have a picture with Scully, right?" She was like, "You're absolutely joking." She was pissed, but that was definitely a good moment. And of course, I'll be making the big leap next year also, so I'll be joining Potter. So that was a major thing for me.
I'm going to try and bump into Redman in New Jersey, and
I've already met him. It's fine. I've been driven past through his neighborhood on multiple occasions, so it's cool. Yeah, man. What else on the list?
Redman, naughty by nature. The
Tifa. All right, so we'll wrap it up then by mentioning what we just looked at: personal significant moments in hip hop. Maybe a few significant moments in hip hop for the culture, just generally? What you think?
All I'm gonna say is
moment?
Drake got
Yeah.
destroyed. The
Mhm.
battle cannot be questioned. I don't care how many Drake dickheads want to cry, want to soil their nappies about it. It's over with. He got destroyed. I'm so pleased.
100.
I'm so happy.
Yeah,
I've been waiting for
100%.
this. I've been waiting for this moment for so long. And pretty much, if you notice, guys, like a lot of the artists that I talk shit about online or whatever, most of the time I'm 90% joking, but
Not
the
with
dudes
Drake.
that I'll be speaking about, like Puffy, Drake, like they all get exposed to be dickheads. Like that should tell you something, bro. Like, if I've got a bad feeling about these guys, 99% of the time, it turns out that there's something not quite right there. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's a big thing, yeah.
Just to quantify us.
I didn't enjoy
I've been friends with Slap for like 21 years, and I can say hand on heart, he's never liked Puff Daddy. Like he's always thought he was since day one. I've known him since day one.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
I respected him. Like obviously big. I was a big fan in it. So I respected him because I felt like he brought big to us in it, and I liked the whole hustle. I liked his hustle of like getting sacked from Uptown and then just doing his own thing and Bad Boy and the whole Bad Boy movement. So I rated him, but I never really thought nothing more of it. But then when I'm starting to realize, you know, everyone around him is dead, in prison, or broke, I started to think this guy seems a bit dodgy. Do you know what I'm saying? So you definitely spotted them early, but I rated his hustle, but his character was always questionable. So yeah, I mean, I'll say that as well as a significant thing for hip hop this year. Slack, you spoke about the beef, agreed. You said the Drake. I'll just throw Cole in there as well. The whole Drake, Cole, Kendrick, that whole situation.
That was the
Cole
album.
withdrawing his beef.
That was the album I was going to bring up. Cole, piece of shit.
Cole's album. Yeah. What the was that album though? But just that. I hear you.
Whatever it was. But yeah, sorry, carry on.
No, you're good. Yeah, I hear you. I'm glad you remember what it was. But yeah, so that whole situation, Cole withdrawing his thing, we ain't seen that before. Do you know what I mean? So that was a significant thing in hip hop around that whole beef. The Puffy thing, like Slack mentioned, just what's happening, that whole thing, what the video footage, all that's mad. What's happening with him now? The other names he's trying to bring down with him at the moment. I'll say the Wayne Super Bowl situation. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, was that even a situation? Like, no one promised it to you, bro. No one told you was doing this shit. Like, you just thought you had a divine right because it's in your city. You thought you have a divine right to perform there. No one ever told you that you was gonna do it.
You were gonna be doing
it. Kendrick says a line about I let Wayne down or something, and he takes it as a diss. Yeah. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Just ridiculous, childish shit.
Nah, man. And no one's owed anything in life, man.
No one is owed anything. Yeah. And if anything, after the year Kendrick has had, and have you seen Wayne perform? Like, it's ridiculous. Who's gonna tune in to see that bullshit, man? Come on, man. Yeah. Kendrick deserves that all day long.
It's like isn't the Super Bowl halftime show is like the most watched thing in America, isn't it?
Like 100 and something million.
Why are you gonna put Little Wayne?
You're not gonna put Wayne on.
Manage to get him out of his drug-addled stupor that he's in for 99% of the time. Like
maybe like 2008 Wayne, maybe you could say okay, but now
that would make more sense. Do you know what I mean? I mean, now you're expecting to be there solely off of the fact that it's in your town,
in your city.
But you're not even like, I don't want to say you're not significant because I think I'm not a huge fan, but I think people like Wayne will always be significant in hip hop.
Yeah, for sure.
But you're not significant like that for them to say, yeah, you, and it's in your hometown. So it's literally off the fact that it's in your hometown. You can't expect that, man.
Like Wayne is like here, and Dr. Dre is like here. So
it don't make sense why he was crying tears about it, but
it's weird. So yeah, that was a good talking point for the culture. Also, you know, Jam Master Jay's killers being convicted. That was good. You know, took 24 years, but that's a good thing for the culture. And I'll probably say lastly, it seems so insignificant, but Benzino, man, that Benzino situation. Listen, I watched it again the other day, but I watched a mashup version of it. So they showed him at the beginning, and he was like, "No, man, fuck Eminem," like about 5 times. Yeah,
and he's praying. Yeah.
No, it's just I don't know how someone could. But you know what, Nori, them man are funny because they know what they're doing. That's why they do the whole drinking and getting high thing, because they know as soon as that starts setting in, it's over. Like your real self is coming out. You know what I mean? But
100%.
But yeah, those are like good talking points for the culture. But those are the things that came to mind. But unless you man's got anything,
nah, man, I pretty much say I agree with all of those. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else, apart from maybe Snoop and Dre linking up after 30 years
again
to do another album.
Probably.
What I've heard so far,
reverse cowgirl.
Yeah. I ain't gonna say too much. I'll just wait for it to come out. But yeah, we'll see what's happening. But I'm glad that they linked up again. It's just a shame that it's taken 30 years. So what they need to do needs to be something, because Dre sits on music like a chicken on an egg. So if he's actually releasing this, then it must be decent. So we just got to wait and see.
I think the problem is with this drop is that regardless of how good it is, it's gonna be disappointing, because
the build up is
lightning in a bottle that they captured with
Chronic. Exactly.
Right. They're not the same. Like, they're not the same people. Like, even like that and Doggy Style, they are elite, top tier hip hop albums. Put them in the the museum for hip hop. Like, but so it doesn't really matter how good it is. It's just not gonna be what we want it to be.
Features as well. I was just disappointed that there was no Dog Pound. There's no Rage. There's no. There's no
weird.
You've got Jelly Roll and Sting and these weirdos on there, and you've got no link back to Doggy Style. Like, if you're gonna say
that's what's weird about it,
missionary, that means you're linking it to Doggy Style, right?
Exactly.
So, or if you just called it something different, then no one will care. But the fact that you've named it that, and you're doing fully produced by Dre, so therefore you're telling us that it's a sequel to Doggy Style, right? But you've got absolutely no Dog Pound representation on there at all.
Weird.
Just weird. So I don't know. We'll see, man. But I still think it's a significant moment. Just the fact that they linked up again to drop an album, I still think it's significant. So yeah, we'll see. Man.
Yeah, 100%, man. And let's be honest, at this stage, we're not even looking for a Doggy Style Part 2. We just look. We've been big enough for the OGs. We're just happy with decent albums from the OGs. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like you said, what I've heard, I ain't necessarily that excited.
Nah, me neither, man. So, but sometimes, when you hear a single, it doesn't hit. But when you hear it in the context of the album, sometimes it sounds better. So we'll see what comes about from that, man. But yeah, I would say that pretty much those are the bases covered. I'm very much looking forward to Uncle Murder's year wrap up, because that's gonna need to be a 15-minute track at least.
Whoa.
Big up to Cat Williams as well, because whatever at the beginning of the year.
Crazy.
It's
protect that guy at all costs, man.
Crazy year, man. But thank God for hip hop, because we got an amazing amount of music, moments. We've had everything this year. Like, we can't complain as hip hop fans.
Nah, it's been a great year.
Man. So it's been a very enjoyable wrap up. It's been a bit longer than usual, but that's to be expected because we're wrapping up an incredible year. So from the three of us, now that there is three of us, we just want to thank you guys for tuning in to the show. Everybody that does, everybody that watches, everybody that subscribes, retweets. Big up to Two Drinks. Big up to P, DJ63. Big up to all the man them that tune in, watch us, and all that. Like, and everyone basically, all of you guys who check for us, man. Mad respect. Hope you guys have a great Christmas, an amazing New Year, and enjoy. And we'll see you next year. So from me, your boy Slack in the building for the end of 2024, and my co-host extraordinaire,
Yes, man. Like said, he said it all, man. Big up, respect everyone that supported the podcast and the new edition of Potter to the family as well. I mean, he's always been family, but coming on, it's been sick having him as well. And this will continue into the new year, but this will be the last episode you'll get from us for 2024. So yeah, like that said, have a blessed Christmas. Whether you celebrate it or not, just have a good time and a happy new year and all them ones, man. So until the next time, man. Potter, what are you saying, bro?
Yeah, I'll just echo what you man are saying. I appreciate the bring in. Like, I never thought that I'd be so excited about doing the podcast, to be honest. Like a house like that. I look forward to it every week. So yeah, Merry Christmas to everybody. I appreciate all the listeners and viewers. I hope you all have a wicked time and big things for us all in 2025.
Yeah, man. Exactly that. Peace. Bless.
Bless everyone. See you next year.